Hey guys, Shane here. Kind of excited to make this video, to be honest with you. As you guys know, there's been a lot of attention given recently to Medford Knife Company and the fact that they were running their Magnacut at 58. There was never a Medford knife made in Magnacut at 58 HRC. First of all, it was 59.5, but and majority of us are going to think that that's not high enough. I want to start out by talking about one thing. Me personally, I would rather have the HRC higher. Thankfully, we have people in this community like Brian at Transparent Knives and Alex Steingraber and John at BGM Knives who are pushing the limits on HRC in order to give us the best product quality that we can get. However, that being said, even John had some issues with Magnacut in the beginning. Guys, are we all forgetting that Larry Thomas's recommended HRC for Magnacut was 59 to 61? That's what a guy with a doctorate in metallurgy said to run it at. So nobody is running a shit knife company for hitting the recommendations of Larry Thomas. That's just made up drama. However, like I said, fortunately we have the outliers in our community who are pushing the limits and gaining us the knowledge of what a steel can truly do. We owe those people a huge thank you. I love them. I'm appreciative of them. So Greg was on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe tonight and announced that they are now running their Magnacut at 63. He explained that he didn't want to just jump in there and push the outer limits and have knives break. He wanted to see how it went and work into it slowly, and so that's where they're at now at 63. Chris Reeves knife, this is not a Magnacut Sabenza, guys. I don't have one of those. Chris Reeves is also running his Magnacut at 63. That's awesome. That's going to be the highest edge retention Chris Reeves knife ever made, to my knowledge. It's probably going to be the highest edge retention knife. Well, I'm not going to say that 63 Magnacut is going to be the highest edge retention knife Medford's ever made, because he does a really good job on his heat treats with S35 and D2, with S90. Guys, D2 is a great steel. China has ruined your perception of it. When good knife makers heat treat D2, it's a great knife steel. Fight me. That's just the truth. All the bad things you know about D2 is because you're buying Chinese D2. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video because everybody was so quick to jump on that train and talk about it. And I don't blame them, guys. We need people to call people out. However, my thing is, I feel like we could handle it a little differently. A good long conversation with Greg would have cleared a lot of things up. I have a knife right now that I bought from a fairly new knife company, a very popular knife company that I bought, that the heat treat is beyond poor on. It's 52. It's bad. I reached out to the owner of the company. He was just absolutely flabbergasted that it could be that bad. And not only is he going to replace my blade, he asked me to ask the person who tested it for me, or he gave them free will to do whatever he needs to do, destroy that blade, to find out why it came out like that. So I haven't made a video on that yet because I don't know the results. I don't know the whole story. And since I don't have the whole story yet, I'm not going to talk about it yet. I'm just letting you know that that's the way it's supposed to be handled. We find a problem, we contact the owner. If said owner doesn't, freak out and, start making excuses for how myself or the person that tested the heat treat don't know what they're doing, or, want to send out a cease and desist and offer to sue. That's the way it's supposed to go. This guy wants to know why his knife came that way. And, that's the way I like to do business. Brian at Transparent Knives recently made a video on Instagram talking about Maker A and Maker B. I commented on that video. I thought it was one of the best views on getting what we're paying for from American knife makers and holding them accountable. Not just Guys, I don't feel like we need to hold American knife makers accountable just so that we know we're getting our money's worth. We need to hold them accountable to make sure that they're always competitive with their Chinese counterparts. If we don't, if we let them get lazy, if we let them cut corners to save money, which means making money, it's going to go badly. We've seen it happen with several knife companies. I don't know if you guys know this. Jake Hoback's still making knives. He's still selling knives. I guarantee you, he's probably making the best American-made knives he's ever made right now. How forgiving are people going to be? Are they going to buy those knives and find out? I don't know. But, I bet you this. I bet you he learned his lesson, and I bet you he's making good quality American knives again. Technically, probably a great time to buy a Jake Hoback knife. I'm not telling you to buy one of his knives. I'm just telling you that, he's trying to fix it. Whether that works or not, I don't know. But the thing is that there's a huge difference between when there's dishonesty and there's just a man who is not comfortable with a particular steel yet, a brand new steel. How many of us have been around for the introduction of an absolutely brand new steel and seen the growing pains of it? I haven't been in the community long enough to see that. I was around when S45 VN came out, but that was just a slightly different S35 VN, and it's already forgotten about. Great steel. The edge retention tests on it, if well heat treated, are right up there with Magnacut, and already nobody wants S45 VN because we live in a hype culture. Unfortunately, that hype culture has bled into the knife community, and it's sad because nowadays hype means more than performance and function, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's disheartening to me. But if the product of that is making all you guys happy, then so be it. I'm not going to complain there. But I just wanted to make this. I hate to keep saying that because, and I know not that many people are going to see it, but not enough people are going to see it because everybody watched the first 90 seconds of 2 or 3 videos and read some thumbnails and have just decided that Medford knives are shit because they're at 58 HRC. First of all, what Medford knife are you even talking about? Because the only knife Medford has even used Magnacut on are his ASK line. If the reason for that is because the temperature required by his coating company to apply the black coating to his tactical knives, which most people want coated, is high enough that it affects the temper of Magnacut. So he's not even using it on any of the Medford folders. None of them have ever been in Magnacut. The only thing he used Magnacut on was the ASK. So, did you know that? Were you aware of that before you place judgment? But anyway, but as of right now, you buy an ASK knife, it's going to come in Magnacut at a 63 HRC, which is what we all wanted to begin with. So there you have it, an American-made knife and an American knife company that listened, they heard what we wanted, they fixed an issue. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate each time you spend with me. Peace. Love y'all.